Just getting all organised here on YouTube. Big welcome everybody, and make sure to take part in the giveaways. Make sure that you comment and that you click share. So we're just waiting to join over on Instagram and Facebook. And are we live? So big welcome everybody. And what do you think of the new background? So we're turning October pink for the month of October. So here at Case Flower School, we have joined up with a small charity called Look Good, Feel Better. It's an amazing charity that supports women going through cancer. And again, everybody that's watching here today has been touched, knows somebody who's been touched by it, or knows somebody who's actually going through it at the moment. So a lot of people are not aware of this charity. So if you do know somebody maybe going through cancer at the moment, make them aware of the charity Look Good, Feel Better. Now I've lost my piece of paper where I had wrote down how much we had raised already. Here we go, sorry. So far, and remember, it's only 7 days since we started this. So we started our first live last Friday morning at 11 o'clock. And up to today, we have raised 3,632. Isn't that absolutely amazing? Originally, we had set a target of €1,000. And now we've just got a little bit cocky and we're after raising the bar to €5,000. Now we've a month to do it, everybody, so we've 3 more weeks, and all we're looking for is small donations. Now I know a lot of you have donated already, but as I said, we are doing these as free live classes. And all we're asking is when you watch a class, ask yourself, sure, was it worth a £5? And if it was worth a £5, should go on and donate and make a donation of a £5. And all these £5s, tenors, whatever the amount is, or even less, we don't mind. Like somebody was watching this, or had messaged me this morning, and she's given up her muffin and her cup of coffee to save calories as well, and she's going to make that donation. So like, listen, that's what it's all about. Let's get involved. We're just looking for small donations, and as I said, it's all going to add up. Last Wednesday morning when I was on, I can't remember the figures that we were at, and I was saying, like, let's get it up to 3,000. I think we were about 2,500 thereabout. And we literally raised €800 on last Wednesday morning's class. So like, listen, that's amazing. So prizes, we have lots of prizes today. It was actually, we were that excited about the prizes, we came on earlier on to announce what they were. And I have them all packaged up here, so you'll have to see the video earlier on. But we have 2 boxes, so here we go. Now ignore the Adidas on the front of the box, okay? It's just I had to package them up here this morning, and I was after treating myself to new runners during the week, so I kept the 2 shoe boxes and I'm after packaging them. But you'll see all products on one of the previous videos I posted this morning. So it was all sanctuary spa products like CBD oil to make you sleep, body balm to make you sleep, heel cream, hand cream, face cream, you name it, like lots and lots of products. And also, again, I have them all packaged up here, lots of nail products, okay? So again, a nail cuticle oil and also some nude nail varnishes. So what we're going to do is, I have 5 of these, okay? So we're going to give these away on YouTube. So anybody that's watching on YouTube, make sure that you comment, okay? And let us know that you're watching. Because our YouTube viewers are actually quite small and we're trying to build it up. So if there's, say, 10 people comment, Deirdre will normally pick a number between 1 and 10, and that's how we get our winners. So make sure if you're watching on YouTube that you comment. And then the big boxes, the Sanctuary Spa ones, we're going to give them away, 1 on Facebook and 1 on Instagram. But listen, we also have another fantastic prize, okay? I think I did mention the other day that one of our students who's with us here at the moment, Liz Mulvey, so I hope she's watching, she actually came to us and she paid for 2 Christmas courses herself for us to give as a present or a prize to some of the viewers that are watching and that are donating. Now we gave one of them away on Wednesday's live. We haven't announced the winner yet, okay? So we'll come on afterwards and we'll announce like the winner for that. So we've 1 more. And then Deirdre said this morning, she listen, why don't we upgrade the prize? And it was an amazing prize. It was for a Christmas jewellery making class that basically you could make at home in the comfort of your own home and get all the products sent out to you. But what we're after doing now is we've upgraded it to a free place on our 3-week Christmas program course. And that's starting on Monday the 2nd of November. So it's a 3-week course. There'll be a week in the Bloom Room. I'll post a link later on to give you lots more information about it. But again, you get the kit posted out to you. You'll still be making your Christmas jewelries at home. But there's over 25 different arrangements that we will be covering with you, plus lots of extra demonstrations, support, feedback, critique, etc. So that prize is worth €300, and we're going to give that away on the donation page. So when a lot of you make a donation, now the donation can be any amount, okay? But when you make a donation, I do understand a lot of you put them in as anonymous, and that's fine. But we can't pick a winner if it's anonymous, okay? So I need you to put your name in. If you want to be kept in mind, like to win the prize, use your name and maybe even your email address. So when you make a donation, you can actually put a little comment in. And if you would put in the comments to say, I'd love to be picked for the Christmas course, you know what I mean? Well, then we know, because I do understand there's somebody watching and maybe it doesn't interest you. Now, maybe if you do win it, you can pass it on to somebody else as well, by the way. So if you are interested in winning a place on our 3-week Christmas programme, which is worth over €300, all you have to do is make a donation. We'll post the link later on, because
I've actually posted the link in the comments on Facebook.
Okay.
And on Instagram it's in the bio.
So on Instagram it's in the bio. Oh, we're going to phone down here. They're all
They
down the
moved
floor
me.
now,
Are they all gone? Are they?
So we'll post the link in the Instagram bio, and on Facebook it's in the comments. And listen, we'll post it a couple of times throughout the day. How are the YouTube ones? How are we going?
We've actually loads. We've 13 people on YouTube.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
And
again,
remember, there's 5 prizes for YouTube, so keep commenting, let us know that you're watching. So for everybody else, let's do a little bit of an introduction. How is everybody? Where are you watching from? What part of the world? Because, oh my God, talk about spreading our wings. We have Australia, New Zealand, Trinidad, Italy, Canada, and obviously parts of Europe, UK, and obviously Ireland as well. So what county in Ireland are you watching from? And of course we want to know, what's the weather like? So weather here in Dublin is pretty dull today, but it's dry, it's not a bit cold. I'm in the t-shirt, we're in our look good, feel better t-shirts.
Okay, D. Walsh just says, I think when you're using PayPal, it goes in as anonymous. That's what happened to her. If that happens, do a screen grab, send it on to us.
Absolutely. Right, so if anybody is doing it through PayPal and your donation comes up as anonymous and you want to be kept in on being picked for a winner for that Christmas prize, just do a screen grab and email it to us.
Or post it in the comments.
Post it in the comments, yeah, that's probably the handiest to do. Post it in the comments below, that'll be fine. So listen, will we get started?
Well, with the weather, because we have blue skies in Donegal, we have the weather is sunny and cold in Newtownards, we have it's raining in Tipperary, it's sunny in Cork, so you better tell. In Glasgow, it's sunny, raining and cold.
Is that Ali in
No,
Scotland?
Rosie McKelvey in Glasgow.
Normally Ali in Scotland, the weather is always
And Limerick, it's pure shite.
pure shite in Limerick. Well, it's normally shite in where Ali is as well. I wasn't going to say the word shite. We were trying to keep this clean and keep it nice. So as I said, we've lots of prizes. Now,
And it's not too shite in Manchester today.
Not too shite in Manchester. Brilliant. So I have this container here, and I have it filled with floral foam, okay? A couple of like little wedgie pieces. And then I have, like say, a half a block of foam. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim a little bit off the corners of this foam, just so that I can wedge down into the container. Now there you go, give it a good wedge down into it. Now you could use anchor tape to strap that in, but because I'm just doing this as a demonstration, I'm not going to bother anchor taping it in, because we won't be transporting it anywhere. Actually, just when I looked on the floor there, what I have, you often hear me talking about the Irish Green guys down in Kerry. So the Irish Green guys are a foliage farm, and they supply florists all over Ireland, Northern Ireland, but believe it or not, they even supply the UK and even Holland, okay, with Irish foliage. Isn't that just brilliant? So 2 guys down in Kerry, you know that way. James is the main man. I actually don't know what the other lad's name is. And they just sent me on some bunches of, they sent me on loads of other stuff, but I can't show you yet. But these sent me on some bunches of eucalyptus this morning. So huge thanks, James. Really, really appreciate it. And what I'm going to do is one of the days next week, I'm going to show you all how to make a eucalyptus wreath using all the eucalyptus that came from Kerry. So like, maybe just like, if you get a chance, pop over to Instagram, pop over to their Facebook page. They're just called the Irish Green guys, and they're actually comical to look at, you know what I mean? He'd just be out there in a field with all his green, the Atlantic howling in the background, gale force winds, snow, ice, rain, you know the usual, and he has his beanie hat on there, so he's a gas character. Now what I'm planning to use today for a demonstration are the Lucky Bamboos. Now Lucky Bamboos are fantastic lasters. So if you do ever purchase any of them, or if maybe you get a present of a bouquet and there's lucky bamboos in it, like all you have to do is recut the ends of them, put them into a shallow vase container, whatever you have at home. They actually start to root at the end and they'll continue to grow. And the shoots that's coming out the top there, you can see that one there is huge, they will just keep continuing to grow. And a little tip for you, if you got the top of a pin or a needle and you made another hole anywhere, by the way, in the bamboo, you can do it down here if you want, but it's nicer if you do it up here. So just pierce a little hole here and there on the bamboo and watch another one of them shoots will actually come out through and will continue to grow. At home I normally have a couple of them on the kitchen table and we've a skylight over the kitchen table and the shoots must be about that height because all they're doing is they're growing up towards the light. So my container here, have the foam strapped in. You just give me a question, Deirdre, if anybody's watching.
Yeah.
So I'm starting off with this tallest one, and what I'm doing as I look at the container, my left-hand corner near the back, now don't go too close to the edge of the foam or it might kind of like fall through. I'm going to insert this lucky bamboo, and you'll see that I use two hands when I'm inserting it. You know the way where sometimes people use one hand and then what will happen is the hole kind of gets loose. So to have nice control over it, use two hands when you're inserting them and insert them a good bit down into the foam. Now I'm going to get the second one and I'm going to step forward in front of it a little bit, but maybe to one side. So as I look at it, I'm going to that side of it, okay? So I'm coming slightly forward. There we go. I'm going to slightly tilt it back. It does look higher at the moment, but I'm going to go right down into the foam. So I'll come just down past that loopity-loopity-loop. There we go, there we go, there we go. And that'll help now to anchor tape the block of foam into the wedges, you know, that was underneath, because I hadn't actually used anchor tape. And now what I'm going to do is with the third one, I'm just going to cut this a little bit shorter, cut them on 45-degree angles. I like to cut them into a point. And just in front of the first lucky bamboo, I'm going to step in front, I'm going to press it down, and again this is just going to come down just that little bit taller.
Janice just wants to know what height is the container.
The height of the container, I'd say it's 30 centimetres.
About 30 centimetres, yeah.
They're handy. So I'd say 12 inches, 30 centimetres approximately. I'm now going to turn this sideways. So this is the front, this is the back, okay? So can you see the space that I've left in between them? And also you'll notice that there's a very, very slight angle. You know, that's lying back. You know, the way that's not standing up dead straight. And that's to get a little bit of visual balance in the arrangement. But also the lucky bamboos, what they're going to give is movement in the arrangement. And that's something when you're making a floral design is to think about movement in your displays. Now flower wise today, I'm going to use the Cymbidium orchis. Now our flowers this week, they all came from Hoek in Holland. I pronounce it Hoek, I think the proper pronunciation of it is Hoek, H-O-E-K anyway. Absolutely fantastic suppliers, we use them all the time. And again, they're giving us great support with the
they're actually sponsoring next week's.
Next week's flowers will all be sponsored by Hoek. We use them all the time for our students, but Ruben and Frank are reps, and I think Ruben might be the owner, one of the head fellas. But anyway, big huge thanks to Frank, our rep, and Ruben. And what they're going to do is they're going to sponsor all the flowers for next week's live classes, which is brilliant, you know that way. So it means I can come on a little bit more and I can do a little bit extra with you. So with your orchids, when you get your orchids, they come in a plastic sleeve. They last longer if you keep them in the plastic because they do like humidity. But when you remove them, you'll have a tube at the end, a water vial, and there's a special orchid food in that water. Not necessary, but what I like to do is pour it on top of the foam. I normally keep these tubes and I use them like for my floral arches, moon gates, garlands, and any of my foam-free designs. So again with the orchids, I'm going to just bring them in front of my lucky bamboo. I'm just going to cut that a little bit shorter. So again, cut them on a 45-degree angle and get a nice point. Now the colour of the green, I'm going to bring some of the orchids slightly in behind the lucky bamboo. I'm just doing a little bit of manoeuvring here. There we go, just to kind of get them to sit in, kind of like nice around it. And now I'm just going to bring them down into the arrangement. Now I'll turn this around that you're looking at the front of it in a second, because I do understand you're looking at it from the back. So again, with the orchids, you're naturally grouping them because they're obviously on one stem. Now people are going to ask me, what other flowers could I use instead? Well, you could have a group of roses zigzag down through the arrangement. Or instead of the lucky bamboos, you could have some delphinium or gladioli coming up. There's lots of substitutes, and again, if anybody has any suggestions, feel free to post your suggestions in the comments below. So I'm going to take a break talking, Deirdre. Anything to tell us there?
We have Tony Dodwell is on and she's watching us.
Hey Tony, how are you? Give us a big wave. Tony is my cousin and she's to say herself, when I wave to her, she normally waves back.
And Alex is probably watching too.
And Alex is her gorgeous little boy who's a year old. He's a real cutie and he's keeping her up all night. Actually, she could probably do one of them
Sanctuary Spa sets.
Spa, you know.
Absolutely.
We'll have to keep you in mind, Tony.
What Sylvia over on Instagram wanted to know, she's looking to get into business.
Okay.
She wants to know, does a Christmas course teach you everything as in costing and selling the stuff?
Absolutely.
Or is it just as a hobby course?
No, the Christmas 3-week program is not a hobby course, okay? So the Christmas door wreath making class, that's a hobby class. Anybody that's looking for a bit of crack, a bit of fun, a little bit of like light entertainment at home, and they would like to make their own Christmas door wreath, the Christmas wreath making class is the one for you. You can go onto our website, you can pick what colour wreath you want to make. We have some gorgeous blush pinks, champagnes and golds, greens and golds, vintage greens, reds and golds, all red, tartan, you name it.
But no, she wants to do it as to make money. Yeah.
We'll just explain, that's a fun class, okay? Where the 3-week online program is a little bit different. You will still kind of like cover the door wreath making class, but we're also covering like mantelpiece arrangements, table centers, Christmas displays, modern Christmas arrangements. So everything is all themed towards Christmas. We teach you how to market yourself. We go through the recipes of what we use in each design, what it's going to cost, what it's going to sell at, all the different suppliers. And we do that Christmas course early. We started on the 1st of November. That's so that you can get organised, purchase all your materials, start marketing yourself, you know the way, and then start making money for Christmas. So the 3-week online programme is definitely more commercial, where the Christmas wreath making class is kind of more of a fun hobby, anybody can join in. But
okay, on that note, I think we might do the giveaway. What do you reckon?
Okay, so what are we giving away?
Okay, so we're giving...
Well, I haven't actually mentioned what this is.
No, but I'm going to... I have another question, so
Okay.
because you were taking too long to do that.
Okay, well, just tell me to shut up.
Okay, so these are for the Sanctuary Spa sets. So there's one for Instagram.
Come in the Adidas box.
They're coming in Adidas box. There's one on Instagram and there's one on Facebook.
And all kindly donated by Emma from 11 PR Events. And make sure if you're over on Instagram, go over and give her page a follow. Do you know
She's
what I
been
mean?
very supportive.
She's been so supportive. And she says there's lots more. So I say if Emma gets lots and lots of new likes and new followers over on her Instagram page, but she'd have no option only to give us new prizes next week.
Absolutely, 11 PR Events. And on YouTube, oh wow, we've 21 people watching us on YouTube.
Jamie,
my
Matt,
gosh.
They're all looking to get their nails
They're all
done.
looking to get their nails done.
Prizes, and again, all donated by 11 PR Events. Cuticle nail oil, and I put in 2 nail varnishes. They're 2 nudes, kind of one is cappuccino, and I don't know what you call the other one. I'm not really sure what the names are, but they're nudie sort of colours. I put in 2 different ones.
Okay, so the question is, so we're going with 20th answer on both Instagram and Facebook, because Instagram is quite busy this morning.
Okay.
So we're going 20th answer on Instagram, 20th answer on Facebook, and I will pick 5 people from YouTube with the correct answer. What is the name of those long sticky up things sticking in that arrangement? Yeah, those twirly things.
So they have to be listening.
They have to be listening.
If there's anybody late joining in on this tutorial, you can always watch it from the very beginning later on. But what we need us to do is start clicking share. So while you're putting in your answers there to what are these green things called, remember the 20th answer on Facebook and Instagram is going to win one of them Sanctuary Spa sets. And on YouTube, we're giving away 5 of the nail prizes, okay? So what's the name of these? And that's how you're going to win it. But what we need just to do is let's click share and let's get the word out there. Because remember, the whole idea why we were doing these live classes is also to raise awareness, but also raise a few bob for look good, feel good. And later on when you get a chance, if you thought this class was worth any way at all listening to, and it was worth listening to, and maybe you picked up a couple of tips, you'll probably, well hopefully, you'll go over to the charity and you'll make as big a donation as you can, but the smallest donation, as I said, like what is the flower arranging class worth to you? If you went anywhere tonight to do a flower arranging class, would you get in the door for a $5 or a $10? Probably not. So that's the way you look at it, if you're willing to make a donation of as much as you possibly can. Now,
okay. Keep going there. They'll be giving out to you over talking too much.
So these are called alliums, and I've used them before. I have when I was doing some of the pumpkin arrangements last week, where you see me using them, and I had them sprayed the what was the gold called? The rose gold, and I also had them sprayed pink. So these are the alliums that have just dried naturally. Deirdre dried them all up in her own garden, like she did absolutely nothing to them. So this is what they look like in their natural state. So to one side of the orchids, to the opposite side, I'm now going to add in the alliums. And I'm just going to bring them down that they're a little bit lower than our orchids, because what we don't want is competition. So now I'm going to get a second one, and I'm going to come behind a little bit and just drop it down a little bit lower again. And now I'm going to get a third one, and I'm going to come in front, and I'm going to drop it down a little bit lower again. And now I'm going to get a fourth one. I better turn it around and let them see what's happening. The reason why I'm doing that is to get kind of a little bit of a 3D effect. A mistake people make when they're doing flower arranging is they think they're playing darts and they're throwing the flowers in and everything is sticking out, like, you know, the front. And in the flower arranging business, we call them pregnant arrangements. Because you're sticking everything in that way, do you see when you look at the arrangement sideways, it gets a big bump in the front, okay? So unless you're pregnant when you arrived here at this class this morning, we don't want to see any pregnant arrangements. So again, I'm just stepping down and I'm bringing another one just down a little bit lower here in the front. I'm just hitting the twig. And then I'm going to bring another one just back a little bit there, and again, just at a different angle. So you can see my grouping, and you can see the way I'm bringing the alliums down through the arrangement. So next what I want to do is introduce a little bit of foliage. So I showed you the silver Sussex, okay? So silver Sussex is a foliage that we use quite a lot here at the class.
If they're watching on Instagram, I'm only up to 16. I need
Okay,
four
so
more
16,
right
we need
answers.
4 more answers on Instagram. Remember, you can answer as many times as you want, you know the way. So what was the name of the green things? They started with lucky. There was another part to the word, okay? The 20th answer wins. So just comment an extra few times. Same on Facebook. And again, we're going by the 20th answer that we see, because obviously with Wi-Fi here, it depends on what we see first. So the silver Sussex can be bought in also from the Irish Green guys down in Kerry. So I'm starting here at the rear of the arrangement, and you can see now the way I'm just adding it in, and I'm making like a fan shape, you see, to one side of the arrangement. And this is to kind of give a little bit of movement to our display. And again, I just love the colours of the silver Sussex. I just think it's absolutely amazing. Fabulous foliage. Like we use it here at the class, like in weddings, in hand-tied bouquets, in funeral arrangements, normal flower arrangement. We use it for absolutely everything. Now can you see the way sometimes I'm adding things in from the back and sometimes I'm adding things in from the front. I'm giving this one a little bit of a hair trim. Just turn that around to you, just so that you can see the effect. Now what I want to do over this side of the arrangement is I'm going to use a little bit more silver Sussex and kind of cut it shorter and start kind of like filling in into that area there. So I'm cutting some of them a little bit shorter and I'm filling in into the arrangement. And again, that's the great thing about the silver Sussex. You see the way you can kind of cut down into the centre of it, and again you can make 2 pieces, but that bottom piece still looks absolutely gorgeous. And again, I have a little bit around the rear or the bottom of your container. Now if you're doing this at home, use whatever greenery you happen to have in your garden. So again, now not that I'm well up on horticultural, by the way, I'm more of a florist than a horticulturist, but listen, if you have got greenery growing in your garden and you haven't got an absolute clue what it is, I might know. Take a photograph, post it in the comments below, and absolutely there'll be somebody else watching out there. Like we get lots of horticulturists tune in here and they will be able to tell us what the name is or what the variety is.
Wow, YouTube is hopping.
Hopping today, isn't it? They're all looking to get their nails done, all get ready for Christmas. And also, in case there's a lockdown, so you need to be able to do your nails at home yourself. That's what happened to me the last time there was the lockdown. God, my nails was in bits. And of course I was doing videos here at the class and I was having to apologise between the dark roots because the hairdressers was closed, the nails falling off me, you know that way, because the nail bars was closed. So Janie Mac, we were falling apart, we were. Now also what I'm going to use on the opposite side of the arrangement, well I'm not going to make that fan shape, okay? I'm going to use the eucalyptus. So again, this is some of the eucalyptus that Irish Green guys sent up to us. So I'm just starting off with a little bit there at the back. And again, coming in behind are lucky bamboos. Am I allowed to say the name now? So yeah. I have a couple of pieces there, and you see that I'm just kind of like putting a little bit of a background to the arrangement. But I don't want to come out too far. Like I don't want to do that fan shape. I don't want to take from our alliums. You see that's at the opposite side. And just along the front there, a couple of little pieces. Now when you're placing anything at the bottom of a flower arrangement, the mistake people make is they put their hand underneath, okay? I know I look a bit contorted here. So when you go to put it in, your feckin' hand is in the way. Do you see the way you can't lie your hand down? Well, if you watch me when I'm doing it, I always put my hand on top. So then when I go to place it into the foam, do you see the way you have absolutely no problem? And I'm just cutting that stem. It's a bit too long. But again, I'm working backwards here.
Give me 5 numbers between 1 and 30.
Still hitting something there. Oh, between 1 and 30?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right, so number 1.
Yeah.
Number 15.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Yeah. One more.
Number 1. What date is today? The 9th. The 9th. Is it the 9th?
Yeah, today's the 9th, yeah.
Actually, was anybody watching your man Healy Ray in the Dáil there yesterday? So his daughter was getting married this weekend. I think her name is Rosie Healy Ray. I'm not sure. He gave the full works anyway. But seemingly tomorrow's date is the 10th of the 10th, 20, and seemingly that's, I've just found out, that's the name of a farm fertiliser. So we're always bringing a little bit of agriculture into these classes. So the date of our wedding should have been, it's been cancelled I think, but was a 10-10-20. So the name of a famous brand of fertiliser. I just thought it was very good, I just thought it was very funny. Now we do have a little bit of news, and you know the way we always talk about news, and we say we have new news here at Case Flower School. So is there anybody watching out there who's not working? Now when I say you're not working, are you a stay-at-home mammy minding your kids? Or just stay at home living the life of Riley because you haven't got any kids and you're not working either? A kept woman.
Or man,
yeah, you can be eligible for this. So a stay-at-home mammy or a kept man or woman who's just living the life of Riley. Or have you been made unemployed recently with the pandemic or for any other reason? Are you self-employed that maybe you've let your business go? Have you been made redundant? Are you recently retired? Again, it doesn't have to be recently retired. So do you get what I'm trying to, or are you actually claiming social welfare that you're unemployed? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And again, if you're not sure, I'll get you to email me later on. So we have just been informed by National Organic Training Skill Nets, okay, that they are going to sponsor 30 students who come under that category, right? So a kept woman or a kept man.
And resident in the Republic of Ireland.
Oh yeah, you have to be living in Ireland as well, okay? You have to be living in Ireland. Retired, redundant, let go because of the pandemic, self-employed and you're not working anymore, on social
So basically
welfare,
not paying PRSI or tax.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you come under that category, drop me an email. Also, if you're interested in training to be a florist, we have a foundation floristry course for beginners starting very, very soon. And it's going to cost you, as we say in Dublin, feck all. Okay, it's completely free. It's an amazing opportunity. So the best thing to do is drop me an email, info@flowerschoolireland.com, and then I'll be able to send you on some more information. And I will come on live another day and I'll give a little
Somebody
bit more
wants to know, is the
information.
North included? Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not, no. It's the Southern, right? So
Yeah, because
Southern.
it's a government funding from the Republic of Ireland.
Now I'm not finished, okay, so just to turn it around, so while I was yapping away there, can you see that I was filling in with little bits of pittosporum? So now what I have is I have a couple of stems of thistle. So again, I just find with this bluey green thistle, it brings out the colour of the eucalyptus and also complements the colour of the silver Sussex. So here in the front of the arrangement, okay, in close to kind of where the alliums are, is I'm going to have a little group of our thistles coming out in between our eucalyptus. So have you announced any winners, Deirdre?
Okay, so we have our winners. So our winner on Facebook for the Sanctuary Spa is Mary O'Donnell.
Well done, Mary. Big, big congratulations. That is a fabulous set. There must be about 8 or 10 products in the box. I didn't count them. It wasn't a Sanctuary Spa box. It's an Adidas Runner box, but it's all packaged up. I put bubble wrap in to keep everything safe. It'll be perfect for you.
Our winner on Instagram is Dee Nolan.
Congratulations, Dee Nolan. So you've won again. Same thing, and hope you enjoy. I think that CBD oil for going to sleep is just, I've heard wonderful things about it.
Absolutely.
So let us know how it goes, and also make sure that you, when the part, I'll stick it in the post today. You'll
Go
have
follow
those things.
Sanctuary Spa as
Go
well.
over and follow Sanctuary Spa, thank them for the products, and go over to 11PR_events and give Emma a big huge thank you, because as I said, we might get more offer for next week, you know, that way, so show that you're appreciating the present offer.
And also then on YouTube we had 5 winners. winners.
Okay.
So the winners on YouTube is Lolly M,
Okay, congratulations, Lolly.
Pauline McGalley, McGalley, Pauline McGalley,
Okay.
Michelle Muneely, Munnelly, Michelle Muneely, Thelma Curtis, and Jennifer Morgan. So
Okay.
there are 5 winners
So
over
what you
on.
need just to do is drop us an email with your address, info@flowerschoolireland.com, and we'll get all the presents and the prizes out to you today. Now remember, we still have the Christmas prize. So this is the 3-week online program, a 3-week course that's worth €300. And to be eligible to be picked as a winner, we need you to make a donation. Now, by the way, we want everybody to make a donation. I'm nearly finished this. So like, was this class worth a few pounds here? Would you have paid a £5 to go to this class? Was I worth more than a £5? So that's all I'm looking for. We're not looking for huge donations. In saying that, we won't turn away huge donations. But we're looking to raise funds. We're getting nothing out of this at all. Didn't even get the CBD oil for myself. So listen, we're looking for donations to support Look Good, Feel Better. As I said, it's a charity that supports women going through cancer. And their main motto is to put a smile on their face.
Somebody wants to know, where do we buy the vase?
The vase, it's one of these vases I have here in the school for ages and ages and ages. And believe it or not, I sprayed it that colour. So I bought a spray that kind of has a cement colour, a grey kind of like textured colour. And I bought it in the building providers and I sprayed it. And I've done it to plastic containers and they look amazing as well. So just in the very back of this arrangement, I'm just sticking in 1 or 2 of our thistles, and again, just a little bit of filling in. When I have my students here at the school, we always talk about the L1 in the other bed. And this is where, if this arrangement went to a hospital and I was the patient in the bed, I'm looking at my gorgeous flower arrangements. But you, the public, are the L1 in the other bed looking at that back of the arrangement. So it's nice to fill in your mechanics, cover in any oasis that's showing, and stick a feckin' little flower in that they have something nice to look at. And that's why I always look after the back of my display. So any criticism, Deirdre?
No,
okay?
no criticism. They're all
okay?
saying it's beautiful, that it's
No,
gorgeous.
I'm looking for your
Oh, my criticism.
Am I okay?
No, you didn't.
Any cop on spots? Don't tell me afterwards. You should have put another.
No,
spacer
looks
there.
fine.
I
Looks
mean,
fine.
We'll give it 10 out of 10. We'll
Yeah.
give 9.5 out of 10.
Give a 9.5 out of 10, because we can never give 100% 10 out of 10.
No, we don't believe in 100%.
Beautiful arrangements. Thanks for the tips. Somebody just asked about the orchids. Are they mad expensive?
Not really, because actually this is the time of year for them. Now, in saying that, flowers are off the wall at the moment. This pandemic is worldwide, okay? It's affecting also the transporting cost of the flowers. A lot of flowers do come from Holland, but a lot of people don't realise that we have, like, say, Colombian flowers and Ecuadorian flowers that come in as well. And the problem is, them flowers were always sent over on passenger planes. So they weren't charged exorbitant prices, to transport them. But because now there's not as many planes coming, and they can't afford to just book a plane to transport the flowers, so the thing is, it's costing a huge amount more to get the flowers in from them countries. But also the farmers and the growers in Holland, they're also affected the same way that we're affected here with lockdowns and quarantine, etc. So flower prices are off the wall. So don't think when you're going to your local flower shop that they're taking the mick or rubbing it in. Like, they have definitely 50% gone up in price. And some of the flowers are 100% gone up in price. But orchids are holding their own. They're a little bit gone up, they're holding their own. This is their season. From October right through to March, orchids are in season, they're readily available, and they're quite reasonably priced. Now, something to look out for. Haven't seen it yet, but some of the supermarkets and the flower shops, they often sell like orchid plants, and it could be more the Phalaenopsis plant. And normally they're reasonably priced. The one with the kind of purpley flower? They do come in other colours, but this seems to be the popular colour. Why not think about buying one of the Phalaenopsis plants, cutting the Phalaenopsis flower, which is part family of the orchid anyway, and again, you could use that. They last for ages, they love the heat of a warm room, and if you keep them sprayed constantly with water, they're going to last for absolutely ages.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
They're all given a 10 out of 10.
Oh, thanks to me. I was a very good. And did you like the new pink backdrop?
Yeah, actually, well, at the beginning they all loved it. Yeah, I forgot to say that actually.
So what we're planning, we have a really busy week ahead next week. With our classes. In between all this, we're obviously trying to work as well. So for Monday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m, I have what's called a pre-recorded live class coming up. So in other words, I did it live at some stage, but it's a brand new one. You haven't seen it before, okay? So it's just that I won't be interacting with you because obviously I'm just kind of doing it here as a pre-recorded. So, but it is scheduled to come up at 1 o'clock on Monday and 1 o'clock on Wednesday. So 2 pre-recorded live classes. Again, I'll have a link up and we will have a giveaway. And probably what I'll announce is anybody who comments, you know, that will be in for winning a prize for the giveaways on Monday and Wednesday. But next Sunday morning, so a week away, we have an amazing arrangement planned for you, okay? And it's going to be on Sunday morning. Are we doing it after Mass, Deirdre?
After Mass.
After Mass, yeah. We're going to watch Mass live, we are. So after Mass, next Sunday, before the Sunday lunch dinner, okay, we're going to have a fantastic live class planned, and we've loads and loads of prizes as well for that one. And one prize that's going to be coming up next Sunday, I'll have to wear my gym gear, because the local gym that I go to, Absolutions, Neil Dempsey, I know his mum Eileen watches here all the time. He has given me a fabulous prize. It's a month's membership and it's a ladies private ladies only gym. Like, talk about social distancing, there'll only be 5 or 6 of the class. The place is scrupulously clean. Oh my God, it's just amazing how clean. What I'll do is I often tag them. I was there last night myself doing the row machine and I took a photograph of what I scored. So again, like you'll see there, Absolution. So make sure that you follow them, and there's an amazing month's membership prize for them, and we're going to give that away next Sunday.
And we'll be announcing the auction.
And the auction, Jesus, there's that much betting happening. Yeah, we're going to have a fabulous auction coming up. Remember we said that our Module 1 course that starts on the 11th of November, it's €800 to do that course, and we're going to auction one of them courses. And again, if we raise €200 for the auction, that person will win the prize, you know what I mean? And they themselves, or give it to somebody else, they can come and do the Module 1 on the 11th of November.
And obviously the money goes to Look Good.
Oh yeah, and that's something we need. I got a gorgeous little card in the post. Her name is in Irish. I think it's Angela, so Angel or Angle or was how it came up in Irish. She sent me a message on the Facebook, but what's happened is that many Facebook messages has come in. I can't find it, but she did send me a message to say look out for the postman. So ladies, many thanks for the lovely courses. Can you give the enclosed to the fundraiser, please? Many thanks, Angie, Shannon, County Clare, Culchiland. I wonder, is it Angie that has Pity Floors? I wonder, is it her?
I don't know.
Let us know if you're watching, you know, that way, because I'm just trying to put a name on, a face on who's actually sent this. Really appreciate it. Thanks a million, and definitely that's going to go into the fundraiser. I want to hear loads of bleep bleep bleeps later on. I want to hear you all donating, and let's raise money for Look Good Female.
And we will come on later on and we'll announce the other day's winner, because I haven't done it yet.
And we'll announce all last week's winners. We're just up to our eyes here. Listen, have a great day. Thanks a million for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and listen, go and have a great day. Good luck everyone. Bye bye.